And then they had to back off of the, remember, like, we playfully beat the shit out of Will last week because Will has completely fallen apart. He went on the 30 viewer at a time Cripple Boy show. Not you.
Hey, I have way more than 30 viewers at a time, and I did not have Will on my show.
I just realized.
Get two things clear. It is closer to 60, and I didn't have Will on my show.
Oh, sorry. You're kicking Quad's ass.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Literally,
everyone else in the world.
Literally 2 no-legged men in an ass-kicking contest. That's amazing.
And I'm winning.
So Will was on there, and he had to back down on the, because his whole cope has been, oh, Aaron contacted my boss. It's like, why would Aaron contact your boss, but also warn you, like, hey, dude, motherfuckers are telling me they're going to contact your work. Back out of this shit because you don't want these retards with you. Like, right? You'd never warn him. So I went over my emails, and Chad Buzamak, by the way, has still not posted his public apology, even though he knows I didn't do that. So their big cope, Will's big cope, is now he went on there and he went, well, I'm not sure if it's Aaron, but I want to think it was. It's like, dude, just stop. Because he was on that shit where he was like, oh, I know it's Aaron. I know it's Aaron. Mm-hmm. And then he realized he didn't have proof. He didn't have shit to show. So he wanted, he was just trying to cope his way out of his L. And then the Onion Boys were going, oh, no, maybe it wasn't Aaron, but, like, he's got plausible deniability. Like, it was SP doing it on his behalf. And it's like, could you be more fan fiction-y? Like, who wants less to do with this shit than my girl does? She thinks this stuff is retarded. She doesn't want anything to do with this. So now their whole cope has been, oh, Aaron's been flaunting that it wasn't him. Aaron's been kind of taking us to the woodshed. We got to make something up. Also, they're used to Rekieta lying to them, and they know how Rekieta lies, which is like, he lies, and then when the truth comes out, he goes, well, I didn't say it wasn't this. And so, like, they're trying to, like, put that whole thing together, and it's not working. So I don't know which L you're talking about, L Train, but there were a few of them. But it's like, dude, tie your wagons to Nick and Will and see what happens to you. Like, that ain't me kicking your ass. That's you kicking your own ass. Like,
nobody made you take this cell. You know what you guys are doing? You're becoming a cell phone. You guys are becoming this.
And Nick also lost his co-host. His co-host has had it with his shit. He already quit 1 week in.
Ooh.
And he's the lowest rated LawTube streamer, and he is getting crushed by Steel Toe in views per subscriber. It's not looking good. I don't know. He's like an hour and a half late for his stream. It ain't looking solid. Nova says Will is relegated to interviewing Pat Dixon. Numero Uno says, can we squash this Will Heron beef somehow? It's unseemly to beef with a clipper. I'm not beefing with a clipper. I'm beefing with Will Heron, the donkey-toothed weatherman. It's totally different. You know what was really depressing today? And I'm so happy for him, and I'm glad he did great numbers today. But the rate we were cruising at until Meme went live with a Rekieta stream.
Yeah.
It's like we got up to 725 at 7 o'clock, and we usually peak out at about 8 with about 800. And it's like, I was looking at it today and I'm like, dude, we might push 9. Like, there's a chance we push 9 today. And then I got a notification on my phone that said Meme Copium went live, and it said Nick Rekieta falling apart. I'm like, oh, shit. I knew
he had a very interesting week, so I get why people.
I knew right away. Did you see what he did with Josh from Kiwi Farms?
No.
He texts Josh.
I just know that he had a co-host that didn't make it a week. Like, after a week, they were out.
Well, he texts Josh from Kiwi Farms, and he told him that. He said, you have to take down that address from MN Public Records, that address that he posted. That was April's address that they said they'd seen Nick's car at in Wilmer. And Nick was texting him like, you have to take that down. You have to take that down. You have to take that down. And Josh wrote back to him, stop being unfaithful, you piece of shit. And he just smoked him. So, like, Nick does this shit where MN Public Records drops something. And then Nick confirms it, where he could have just shut the up and not said anything.
Pay no attention. Pay no mind.
And then he shit talks Josh. He shit talks Kiwi Farms. And then he expects him to do something for him. It's like,
why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you help out the people saying shit?
It's like you've got to be the dumbest mother in the world. You've got to be brain damaged. And then people are covering the fact that he started in like the 3,000s when he came back. Now he's at 2,000. His views are crashing. And it's in the most popular trial there is. I mean, Emily Baker's doing 30 to 40,000 people at a time, and he's barely getting to 2.
Yeah, but he's also not starting consistently. Like, his stream will start an hour late, and it's more of the same stuff.
So anyway, to update you on the whole thing, he texted Josh from Kiwi Farms to try and get that taken down, and he said no, so he confirmed it. Then Kurt of Uncivil Law, who Nick has been an absolute piece of shit to, is beating Nick in views. He was on this weekend doing like 60% more views than Nick was while the trial wasn't even on, which is huge. Nice. So good for him. Nick is now down to comparing himself to our numbers, which is a bad idea too, because we're not covering a trial. So 800 versus 2,000, a 13,500 subscriber channel versus a 455,000 subscriber channel.
A lot different.
Sorry, buddy, we're winning. Views per subscriber, we're kicking your ass. Basically, if you gave if we swapped channels, we'd be doing more numbers than you're doing. You do less numbers than we're doing. That's a fact, Jack. Sorry. I think that's the whole update. Oh, and Sean, potentially criminal, he went on a show this weekend and said MN Public Records has 70 more documents ready to drop. So it's never gonna end.
Oh.
It's never gonna end. And then, that co-host, that other lawyer guy, the only lawyer that was on stream with Nick, because Nick's not one anymore, he quit. He tapped out on Nick. He's like, I'm done. He's covering a different trial now. He said he was going to cover this Karen Reed thing until it was over. He told Nick, I'll see you on Monday. And then this weekend, he just went, I got to get the away from this guy. He's toxic as hell. So it's all going to shit for old Nicky boy. Couldn't happen to a nicer guy.
It's a shame.
Brian writes, suffer, Rekieta. Oh, by the way, congratulations to Ethan Ralph for not being dead. It's big. Big for Ethan Ralph. Redbird with $1 says legal is also covering Johnny and new charges. You didn't have a chance. Oh, shit, really? Wow, so we got into the 700s, which is a bad day for us typically, but we got there while Mean Copium was doing a Rekieta stream and Legal Mindset was doing a Johnny Somali stream. Now I don't feel bad at all.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Actually,
thanks, guys.
That's actually, no, that's like finding out you've been fighting the whole time with one hand behind your back. Pretty good mood.
Bigot on socialist media said, what was the name of that lawyer that was on with Nick? I can't remember. I feel bad for the guy that he had to tap out because it was all so toxic for him.
I don't know. I just, I know someone was talking about the law tube situation, just being like, yeah, Nick Rekieta's co-host is done after a week. Didn't even last 2 weeks with him, so it was not a good sign.
Damn.